Hi loves! If you want to see how I created this orange and rose gold smoky eye that's perfect for spring and summer, then just keep watching. So before I start applying any eyeshadow, I prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion first. And I just apply that all over the lid and the brow bone area and pat it in with my fingers very gently until I feel it starting to dry and get tacky. Next, I apply a cream-colored eyeshadow or powder over that to set the primer in place. Here I'm using one from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. This will ensure that the eyeshadow will stay in place all day and that I have a smooth surface that will make my eyeshadows much easier to blend on top of. After I've created a reliable base for my shadows to lay on top of, I'm going to take this light peachy brown shadow on an e.l.f. Cosmetics blending brush and use this as my transition shade. I'm going to start to blend this above the crease of my eye and build up the product slowly, and I'm just blending this back and forth in windshield wiper motions. So I don't need this shade to be too pigmented, I just need it to be soft so that it will blend in seamlessly with the next eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to take this beautiful bright orange eyeshadow from the Sugarpill Burning Heart palette in the color Flamepoint on a Sigma E25 blending brush. And I'm just placing that directly in my crease, slightly below where I placed the transition shade. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going in and slowly building up the pigmentation of that orange color to make sure that I don't pack on too much product all at once. And I'm also just going through a process of going back and forth with blending the transition shade slightly above the orange and then packing on more of the Flamepoint eyeshadow and continuing to blend the two. This step may seem a bit tedious, but I promise it makes all the difference in the final look because it's going to guarantee that your shadows blend in with one another to create a gradient effect. So I just repeat this process until both colors are as blended and pigmented as I want them to be. Once that's done, I'm moving on to this rich brown shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette again. And I'm going to place that on the outer corner of the eye, slightly below where I placed the brighter orange. And I'm only going to take that color to the middle of my eyelid. I'm going to repeat the same blending technique as before and go back and forth between blending the brown shadow and then packing on a tiny bit more of the orange until they blend in together so that I'm not left with any harsh edges and so that I have created the gradient effect that I'm going for. And just as a side note, I am gently cleaning off my blending brush every time I go back in to pick up a new color. Next, I'm going in with my favorite eyeshadow of all time called Amber Rush by L'Oreal. It's a beautiful rose gold shade, and I'm actually going to pack that onto the first half of my eyelid with my finger because I find that I get a much better color payoff that way and way less fallout. And just using whatever I have left on my brush, I'm just gently blending the brown in with the rose gold to get rid of any harsh edges I may have created. Once I'm completely done with my eyeshadow, I'm going to take some cream liner on a pointed brush to create my winged eyeliner. I'm starting out by drawing a line across my lid in short strokes, and I'm also going to tightline with this product in order to make my natural lashes blend in better with the falsies that I'm going to apply later. So once I get to the wing itself, I map out the shape slowly, and I always anticipate making a mistake in this step, but I'm never too worried about it because I always go back in with a Neutrogena makeup remover wipe to shape the wing and clean up whatever mistakes I've made along the way. I always prep my lashes for falsies by applying just one coat of mascara. And then when the glue on my lashes is tacky enough to be applied, I just place them in the center of my eye and tuck in each corner of the lash band. After that's done, I like to apply some mascara mainly towards the root of my natural lashes to blend them in with the false lashes, making sure not to apply too much product. I'm also going to take some of the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal to highlight my brow bone as a finishing touch. So after I've finished applying my foundation and setting my makeup in place, I'm going to take that rich brown shade that I used earlier and start smoking it out on my lower lash line. I first apply the shadow with a short, dense brush just to pack the product on, and then I take a fluffier brush to blend it out further and to create that smoked out effect. Next, I'm going to go back in with the very first eyeshadow that I used as my transition shade at the beginning of the video and smoke that out underneath the dark brown, making sure that they blend together to create that gradient effect that I'm going for once again. And as a last little pop of color, I'm taking the shade Baked from Urban Decay on a pencil brush that I've dampened with a few sprays of the e.l.f. Cosmetics Mist and Set Setting Spray, and I'm just going to pack that on the inner corner of my eye. Then to complete this look, I'm just going to add a few coats of mascara to my bottom lashes. And this is the final look. I think this would look amazing with a bright lip for spring and summer, but I also love wearing this year-round with a neutral lip color, especially in the fall. I know that orange may seem like a really intimidating color to use if you're not used to working with it, but I swear it looks so beautiful on absolutely everyone that I've seen it on, so don't be afraid to experiment with something different and have fun with it. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching.